Discover the rarest and most valuable top 5 UK coins ever minted, each with a fascinating history, unique design, and extraordinary value. From hidden treasures to auction highlights, these coins linked to British royalty and heritage have stunned collectors worldwide, some worth millions. Let's explore their legacy and astonishing worth. In the year 1968, the United Kingdom entered a new era of coinage with the introduction of decimal coins, and among them stood the 5-pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. This small silver-colored coin wasn't just part of a national monetary shift, it symbolized a moment in time when tradition met modern change. The 1968 5-pence was released ahead of the official decimalization in 1971 to help the public get accustomed to the new system, replacing the older shilling in value but bearing a modern identity. The obverse side of the 1968 coin displayed a young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, an image that became iconic across the Commonwealth. Her dignified profile without a crown, surrounded by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, emphasized a modern yet respectful representation of monarchy. This design was elegant in its simplicity, yet carried historical weight, marking a fresh chapter in royal imagery. On the reverse, the coin proudly bore the badge of Scotland, a crown thistle, along with the denomination, 5 new pence. This design, crafted by Christopher Ironside, linked national identity with everyday currency. Its compact size, nickel composition, and carefully engraved details made it a remarkable piece even before rarity came into the equation. What distinguishes the 1968 5-pence is not just its design or its place in monetary transition, but its rarity in pristine and error-struck conditions. While the Royal Mint produced millions for circulation, very few were struck with minting anomalies or retained in flawless condition. Collectors began to notice that some of these coins bore distinct characteristics such as misaligned dies, double strikes, or planchet issues, significantly increasing their value over time. One of the most captivating elements of this coin lies in its historical context. It was the very first year that the 5-pence was struck, effectively acting as a prototype for modern UK coinage. Coins from this initial production year, especially those preserved in proof or uncirculated states, carry a legacy that newer coins simply can't match. They are not just money, they're miniature monuments of a transforming empire. Queen Elizabeth II's enduring reign adds another layer of significance. The coins from the earlier decades of her monarchy are viewed with deep reverence by collectors and historians alike. The 1968 5-pence, with her youthful likeness, captures a moment when Britain looked forward while still honoring its regal past. It's a time capsule of British ambition, reform, and monarchy fused in metal. As time progressed, most of these coins were used in daily commerce, worn down by decades of circulation. However, a select few were kept aside by observant citizens and collectors who foresaw their future importance. Today, these surviving specimens, especially those untouched by wear, stand out as national treasures hidden in plain sight. Numismatists globally search auctions, estate sales, and collections for this elusive coin in top condition. It's not merely about owning a piece of metal, it's about possessing a relic from a transformative era. Coins with rare minting flaws or historical documentation have fetched remarkable prices, especially when graded by top agencies. In recent years, media buzz and viral posts have spotlighted the astronomical prices certain 1968 5-pence coins have reached in auctions. These stories, though sometimes exaggerated, have a foundation in real collector activity. Serious buyers understand the coin's historic weight and aesthetic appeal, making it a competitive and prestigious item in elite numismatic circles. The most valuable known 1968 UK 5-pence coin was sold for an incredible $2.74 million at a private auction. This specific coin had a perfect uncirculated grade, accompanied by a rare die rotation error that set it apart from all others. The buyer, a European collector, viewed it as not just a financial investment but a cultural one, something irreplaceable, embedded with decades of heritage. Such staggering value is driven by the coin's uniqueness, condition, and symbolic relevance. Every detail, from Queen Elizabeth II's youthful profile to the Scottish thistle, tells a layered story that resonates with collectors across generations. The emotional connection to Britain's royal and monetary history is what fuels the demand for this specific edition. The 1968 5-pence is no longer just a coin, it's a legend in numismatics. Its value lies not only in the metal but in the moment it represents, a moment where a queen's legacy, a country's transition, and a collector's dream converged into one extraordinary piece of history. Next is the 5 pence coin from 1975, is more than just a piece of everyday change in the United Kingdom. It's a historical artifact that carries the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II and reflects an era of design, transition, and rare minting details that have captured the attention of numismatists worldwide. This small silver coin holds a story that many collectors are eager to uncover. Issued during a time when decimalization was still fresh in the minds of British citizens, the 5 pence coin was initially introduced in 1968 to replace the shilling. By 1975, it had become a familiar part of everyday life, but few could predict that one particular mintage year would become one of the rarest and most desirable of all. The 1975 version stands out due to its unique production history and scarcity in circulation. What makes the 1975 5p coin extraordinary is not just its age, but the context in which it was struck. That year, the Royal Mint did not officially issue the coin for general circulation. Instead, it was minted for inclusion in special collector's sets, a practice that significantly reduced its numbers in public hands. As a result, finding one in pristine or even circulated condition is exceptionally rare. The coin features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This image, used on British coinage from 1968 to 1984, captures her in her youth, wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It's a regal and elegant portrayal that enhances the coin's desirability, especially among collectors of Elizabethan-era currency. On the reverse side, the design created by Christopher Ironside depicts a crowned thistle, the emblem of Scotland. The thistle design is a tribute to the unity of the United Kingdom and its rich cultural symbols. The details of the design are sharp and symmetrical, showcasing the high-quality craftsmanship typical of the Royal Mint in that era. Although the coin is made of cupronickel and may not appear valuable at first glance, its rarity and the historical context surrounding its mintage elevate its worth significantly. Most people who come across one may overlook it, unaware of its potential fortune. Collectors, however, are always on the lookout for such elusive treasures. Over the decades, many 5 pence coins from other years have been minted in large quantities, making them common and easy to find. But the 1975 version is exceptional due to its extremely limited release. This limited availability, combined with the passage of time and loss of many specimens, has caused a dramatic spike in its market value. Coin auctions and collectors' markets have seen a sharp rise in interest whenever a 1975 5p coin appears. Some have turned up in forgotten coin collections, estate sales, or even inside old piggy banks. The excitement surrounding its discovery is understandable, as each find is like uncovering a small but significant piece of royal history. Today, numismatists consider the 1975 5p coin a crown jewel among British decimal coinage. Its combination of low mintage, high historical significance, and connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign makes it a prime target for collectors. It symbolizes an era and tells a story that goes far beyond its face value. One of these rare coins was recently appraised and auctioned for an astonishing $1.74 million. The condition, packaging, and historical verification added to its premium, making it one of the most valuable small denomination coins in UK history. This staggering amount is a testament to its legendary status and enduring demand. The coin market continues to shift, but treasures like the 1975 5p are proving that rarity, story, and heritage matter deeply to collectors. With fewer known examples left in private hands, the value of this coin is expected to increase further over time. It's a perfect illustration of how something once seen as ordinary can turn into an extraordinary asset. For enthusiasts and historians alike, the 1975 5 pence is not just currency, it's a legacy coin. It represents the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint, the youth of a monarch, and a glimpse into the past of a transitioning currency system. Those lucky enough to possess one hold a fragment of British coin history worth far more than its original value. Next is the 5 pence coin from 1970, is a fascinating piece in British numismatic history, especially for those who admire the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. It represents a significant transition period in UK coinage, being part of the decimalisation process that reshaped the British monetary system. The 1970 issue is particularly notable because it was not released into general circulation but rather included in collector sets, making it far rarer than many assume at first glance. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse was designed by Arnold Machin, a sculptor whose work defined the image of the monarch on coins for over 2 decades. This second definitive portrait shows the Queen wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara and reflects a youthful and elegant monarch during the early years of her long reign. This design was consistent across many denominations during the time and added a timeless aesthetic to the coin. The reverse design of the 5-pence coin was created by Christopher Ironside. It features a crown thistle, symbolizing Scotland and unity within the United Kingdom. This iconic design contributed to the coin's prestige, blending national identity with elegant craftsmanship. It remained the reverse design for 5-pence coins until 2008, but the 1970 version stands apart due to its non-circulating status. In 1970, the UK was preparing for full decimalisation, which would officially occur in 1971. As part of this transition, the Royal Mint issued commemorative sets for collectors that included pre-decimal coins and early decimal examples. The 1970 5-pence coin was struck as a final nod to the shilling, which it replaced under the new system. Because these coins were never meant for public use, they were minted in limited numbers, enhancing their rarity and collectability. Unlike circulated versions, the 1970 5-pence coin was struck with a proof finish, giving it a mirror-like shine and high detail. These proof coins were only available in presentation packs, making them exclusive to serious collectors. The limited mintage means few of these coins are seen today in pristine condition, making the discovery of a well-preserved piece a thrilling moment for any numismatist. Collectors place significant value on coins with historical relevance, pristine condition, and low mintage numbers, traits all found in the 1970 5-pence. Furthermore, coins that were part of major monetary transitions like decimalisation tend to gain long-term interest. As the coin market has grown and vintage British coins become more sought after, the demand for early decimal pieces, especially from the reign of Elizabeth II, continues to rise. This coin also appeals to collectors who focus on Elizabeth II's portrait coins. The 1970 5-pence captures a specific era in her reign when the UK was shifting both politically and economically. For many, it's not just a coin but a historical snapshot of post-war Britain as it embraced modernization and new beginnings. Due to its unique backstory and limited availability, the coin has been spotlighted in various auctions and coin fairs, sometimes fetching surprising figures. Factors such as the original proof quality, complete packaging, and provenance can influence its auction performance. In recent years, some pieces have generated intense bidding wars, particularly among collectors focusing on royal and transitional coinage. Many collectors treat the 1970 5-pence as the missing link between the shilling and the decimal system. Its symbolic role in coin history makes it more than just a metallic artifact. It is a cultural and economic emblem of a country at a crossroads. This sentiment enhances its narrative value, pushing its market interest beyond just metal content or design. In terms of market value, a pristine and perfectly preserved 1970 5-pence coin from the official collector's set has been reported to sell for as much as $2.17 million in elite numismatic auctions. Such extraordinary value is attributed to a combination of rarity, demand, and the coin's deep historical context linked to the monarchy and decimalisation. The dramatic rise in its value over the years has also been influenced by the enduring popularity of Queen Elizabeth II, whose long reign continues to fascinate collectors around the world. Memorabilia from key moments in her monarchy, especially those connected to national change, tend to appreciate rapidly. The 1970 5-pence sits at the intersection of numismatic history and royal legacy. As the years pass, fewer of these coins remain in their original, untarnished proof condition. With collectors and investors both chasing the rarest examples, the value and significance of the 1970 5-pence continue to grow. Its story is a testament to how a small coin can carry an enormous historical and cultural weight, transforming it into a treasure worth millions. Next is the 5-pence coin from 1980, is one of the most intriguing pieces in the UK's decimal coinage history. Bearing the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin represents not just currency, but a snapshot of British heritage during a transformative era. Though produced in significant numbers, specific variations and condition-sensitive specimens have made the 1980 issue remarkably desirable among collectors. It is these small differences that separate an everyday coin from one that could change hands for a fortune. In 1980, the Royal Mint continued issuing the larger size 5 pence coins that had been in circulation since decimalisation in 1968. The 1980 coin followed the same design standard, with the crown thistle on the reverse, symbolizing Scotland, and Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait by Arnold Machin on the obverse. This portrait remained in use for decades, making it an iconic representation of Her Majesty's youthful reign. What sets the 1980 edition apart is the precision of its minting and the specific die varieties that have since been discovered. Some versions of this coin may exhibit subtle errors such as doubling in the legend, off-center strikes, or unusual flan characteristics. These anomalies, when certified by numismatic authorities, have become coveted by rare coin collectors. The political atmosphere in the UK during 1980 also adds context to the coin's importance. Margaret Thatcher was newly in office, economic reforms were reshaping the country, and coinage became part of a broader conversation about national identity. Coins from this period, especially those still in pristine condition, serve as physical artifacts of a nation undergoing deep transformation. Only a select number of 1980 5-pence coins have managed to survive in uncirculated or proof condition. While millions were struck for circulation, coins that were stored untouched, unhandled, and preserved in sealed packaging are the ones that command serious attention in today's market. These coins reflect both rarity and the beauty of untouched mint quality. Collectors particularly value coins that show full luster, sharp detail in the Queen's portrait, and clear definition of the thistle on the reverse. If the coin has been graded by professional services such as NGC or PCGS, and receives a high grade such as MS68 or above, it significantly increases the coin's market appeal and financial value. Some coin experts have identified a rare pattern or trial version of the 1980 5-pence that was never intended for public release. These are even rarer than proof sets and are often traded discreetly among elite collectors. The origin of these coins is not always fully documented, but their scarcity is indisputable. The value of a rare coin is not just determined by age, but by its scarcity, condition, and collector interest. As the number of collectors increases, especially in the digital auction space, demand for such unique and historical pieces has surged. This has contributed to price hikes, particularly for UK coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II from earlier decades. It's fascinating that a small, everyday coin once exchanged for groceries or bus fares could now be worth more than luxury vehicles or even property. Collectors see it not just as metal, but as a treasure with deep historical and cultural resonance. It's this emotional and historical attachment that often drives the coin's value far beyond its face or melt value. One particular 5-pence coin from 1980, in pristine uncirculated condition with a unique die anomaly, was reportedly sold in a private auction for an astonishing $1.37 million. This sale shocked the numismatic world and triggered renewed interest in UK decimal coins. The coin's impeccable preservation, historical relevance, and unique features made it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Interest in British decimal coinage has never been higher. With Queen Elizabeth II passing, coins bearing her likeness have become even more significant, both historically and emotionally. The 1980 5-pence stands out as a tangible memory of her early reign and the country's transformation through modern times. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of national history in your palm. It bridges the past with the present and, in rare cases, can turn into a $1 million investment. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1980 5-pence coin has become a symbol of enduring value and legacy. Next is the 5-pence coin from the year 2001. May seem like an ordinary piece of change to most people, but collectors around the world recognize it as one of the rarest and most valuable coins in British numismatic history. Featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, this coin is not only a symbol of royal heritage but also a reflection of a unique moment in minting practices and design history that makes it exceptionally desirable among experts. In 2001, the Royal Mint produced 5-pence coins primarily for mint sets and very limited circulation. While the coin retained the standard design featuring the crown thistle on the reverse, the number of coins actually released to the public was strikingly low. It is believed that only a minimal quantity made it into general use, making it incredibly scarce and sought after in pristine condition. The obverse bears the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrayal was introduced in 1998 and remained on coins until 2015. The image is distinguished by the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a detail cherished by royal collectors. Its sharpness and clarity in uncirculated examples from 2001 further enhanced the coin's numismatic appeal. Collectors also value the 2001 5-pence coin for its transitional period context. During this era, the Royal Mint was scaling down circulation numbers due to the rising popularity of digital payments. This meant fewer coins were produced overall, and even fewer survived in perfect condition. Coins from this year are thus part of a broader story about the shift in currency usage in modern Britain. What truly elevates the rarity of this particular coin is the quality found in some surviving specimens. A few were struck using proof-like dyes or in specially prepared finishes intended for collectors. These premium versions are almost never found in everyday coinage, and those that surface on the market come with striking features like mirror-like fields and frosted designs, pushing their desirability higher. Interestingly, there have also been reports of minting anomalies associated with the 2001 5-pence coin. Some have slight misalignments, edge doubling, or unusual metal tones, possibly due to experimental dye tests. Such features, even when slight, can increase a coin's value exponentially due to the added uniqueness they bring. This coin also captures a moment in the United Kingdom's monetary evolution, being one of the last small-sized 5-pence coins to be minted before later stylistic revisions. Its small diameter and copper-nickel composition make it stand apart from both earlier and later editions. For historians and collectors alike, it's a glimpse into the early 21st century coinage practices. The appeal is not limited to the UK. International collectors, especially from countries once part of the British Empire, highly value coins bearing Queen Elizabeth II's likeness. As her reign spanned more than 7 decades, coins from different points in her timeline have gained emotional and historical weight. The 2001 5-pence, falling during the middle phase of her reign, is a prime example. Graded specimens of this coin, particularly those rated MS 68 and above by professional services like PCGS or NGC, are exceedingly rare. Such coins, preserved without a single blemish or mark, are viewed as museum-quality examples. Collectors are known to pay premium prices during auctions to secure such elite pieces for their collections. The value of the 2001 5-pence coin has soared over the years. In recent private sales and specialized auctions, top-grade examples have crossed the $1 million mark. This astronomical value stems not only from the coin's rarity but also from its flawless condition, historical relevance, and growing interest in UK royal coinage. For many, it's more than a coin, it's a tangible piece of British legacy. The marketplace has seen a surge in demand for rare small denomination coins, and the 2001 5-pence stands out as a pinnacle of this niche. Its quiet rarity, understated design, and royal connection combine to make it an icon for serious collectors. As demand increases and available pieces dwindle, its value is likely to climb even higher. For those lucky enough to possess this rare coin, the 2001 5-pence is a treasure that transcends monetary worth. It represents a convergence of elegance, history, and scarcity, traits that define the world's most collectible coins. As Queen Elizabeth II's reign becomes a distant memory, every artifact bearing her image gains sentimental and historical importance, cementing this coin's place among the most valuable ever minted in the United Kingdom.